Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? Welcome back to some more Total War Warhammer 2. Here today, we're going to be starting episode 2 of my Mortal Empire Steel and Faith Overhaul modded campaign as Alith Anar. We are playing as Nagarythe. So guys, if you want to ensure more episodes, the best thing you can do is to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on. Let me know in the comment section down below feedback and suggestion for the series thus far. Feel free to leave a dislike if you're not enjoying it, of course. I'll put in the description below the mods I'm running for this particular campaign in the description below. So in today's episode, we're going to be declaring war upon the Cult of Pleasure, and we're going to be fighting against Marathi, the wife of an Aryan. So in the last episode, highly recommend you go out and watch it. We managed to have 2 battles up in the north at Bleak Hold Fortress and started off our campaign with Alith Anar. We also managed to confederate with Tyrion. He has bent the knee to the Shadow King and he's sort of revoked his loyalty to the Phoenix King. There is only one true king, the King of the Shadows. So we're going to be doing that in today's episode, declaring war upon Marathi. Okay, the main objective for this series is to kill as many Druki Dark Elves as possible. So, we're going to be going after her here today. Hopefully we can have the siege of the ancient city of Quintics. We'll just have to see how we go. Also want to try and eliminate Malekith and Hellebrand at some point. Now, okay, the Scourge of Cain actually have the settlement there, the Sword of Cain. I want to try and get that at some point, but with my recent confederations, we're getting relationship debuffs and also casualty, and we're getting minimal global recruitment. So I probably want to try and confederate a little bit more before we go for the Sword of Cain. However, we can sort of focus on Marathi for this and the next couple episodes, which will be a lot of fun. This all sort of started with her pleasure cults back in the day in the High Elf Civil War, so I'm sure Alith Anar, I'm assuming we're probably actually in range of our Garrison here. We should be able to smash this army here. 13 units. She does have an assassin there, but we should be alright. So the Sword of Cain is currently unavailable, but it's with the Scourge of Cain. Court Intrigue, not really too much we can do at the moment. I've managed to discover Teclis down in Lustria, so hopefully we can get some relations and confederations in the future with him. Reload time reduction for eagle bolt throwers, chariots. Okay, I'm going to go with spear wall tech-wise. Let's dive into diplomacy because I believe we can actually confederate again once more. So let's negotiate with Calador. Yep, Calador will negotiate with me. I assume these are the heirs of Calador Dragon Tamer, the high elf who actually sort of bounded and infused the Great Vortex. I'm assuming. I don't know off the top of my head. I'm assuming they're the descendants and the heirs. So let's try and get as much money as we can out of Calador. And this will be our second confederation. The more we can get, the better. Just slightly rejected. The more money we can get, which will be ideal. Let's try and go for 13. They've now accepted. And awesome. We have brought in Calador, Vols, Anvil, and Torth Sethi into the realm. We're currently hemorrhaging a little bit of cash at the moment, and our confederation now lasts for another 10 turns. So, we've got another lord here as well, Ethrond. Oh, is that another one? There's 2 people called Ethrond. Let's change this guy's name, because he's a little bit weaker if we can. Why are they called? I can't have 2 Ethronds. Let's change his name to something. Let's go with Ethhelm. Yeah, there we go. Ethhelm. That's a elven sounding name. We've got Ethelm and Ethrond. I might even change that again. Something a little bit easier to say. Oh, we actually have the recruitment of Alistair the White Lion. Oh, okay. We might be better off bringing him in and changing his name to Ethelm. Alright, let's bring Alistair the White Lion in. It's going to cost us a little bit of money, but now we have another legendary lord, which is fantastic. You can sort of keep an eye on the west. Okay, and then we'll rename you with Ethelm. There we go. So we want to try and get as many of the elven factions on side as best we can. So we're currently hemorrhaging a little bit of cash. Building-wise, we've currently got an iron mine in Vol's Anvil, and we've also got the Elven Artistry. Personally, I would like some more growth buildings, but that will do for the time being. Now we have this entire region, we can get some more in. Let's go with growth. and corruption, and we're low on finances there, which we can get on track in a moment. We'll quickly dive back into diplomacy. Does anyone want to negotiate with us? So we've negotiated with Alistair the White Lion and Ball's Anvil, and also Tyrion, which is quite cool. So we probably want to try and focus on Teclis next for the time being. He is at war with the Vampire Coast, so pushing down to the ancient land of Lustria. We've got Harkon here with the Vampire Coast, and he does have his Star Tower and Fuming Serpent. Just because they're coastal cities, they're going to run into a lot of problems, especially with the Vampire Coast. So after that, let's quickly chuck a quick save. So Tyrion here is trying to rally up with Alith Anar, who currently has 14 units of his famous guerrilla warfare Shadow Walkers, and also, by the look of it, because we're playing as Alith Anar, we all get the Stalker trait, which is 5 leadership, minus 10 upkeep for all units, and plus 5 attacking. So that's going to be awesome when we've got the likes of Tyrion fighting with us. So we need to get our economic standing back on track. Looking at our missions, we could go for... Oh, you're actually further to the south here. We haven't really got an army in range. We need to focus on one at a time. And then we've got Fellheart further in the south. Okay. So at least we occupy the bottom half of the donut for now. Okay, so further north here, is the Garrison back on track? Yeah, the Garrison is far better than what it was in that first fight. So we can afford to actually disband some of these units. So keeping them at probably like 2 here will save us a bit. So we've got Dorian here in the north. Okay, I don't want to disband anyone else here because I sort of want to rally up and push. I think this army is the one that's probably going to make the cut. Like, we don't need those Illyrian riders. There's also a bunch of Talon ones here. So what is the upkeep difference? Talons of Tor Khalida. 132. They've already been paid for. How much do they cost? Ah, they're just the unique ones here because these are heavy arrows. These are a little bit different. We might as well keep them. If I'm only paying a marginal 20, if I'm only going to keep a couple, I might as well keep them. So I reckon we'll pretty much wipe the rest of that, and that should get my economic standing back on relatively track. This army here needs to be quite mobile and around, and then we'll try and keep you here as well, because we still have a lot of enemies on the island. So we're still at war with these guys, have 3. And we're at war with Safri now. For some reason they mounted against me, but they're already at war with a lot of others, so they shouldn't be too much of an issue. We'll try and rally up at the capital. And we probably should allow Alistair to be mostly in command, I would imagine. Allow him to have the strong, united force ready to strike against anyone. And then we'll move you to Ball's Anvil. Keep you right in the center there, ready to deal with anyone who comes up. There could be an army over there as well. Alrighty, so you're still pushing up here, Tyrion. I think what I should do is negotiate now with anyone who's at war with Marathi. She's only got 1 territory here. She's quite exposed. Ironic, just looking at her. So, she is currently at war with Clark Cardron and these guys. Oh, these are elves on the continent here. Ah, maybe that's why she's going there. I was like, why have you overextended yourself and put yourself in such a precarious position here? Yeah, she's at war with these guys. She's trying to go against them. Well, I will join your war against the Cult of Pleasure for a non-aggressional pact. Perfect. And will you give me some money? I should have tried to get some, but that's alright. Perfect. So now we're at war with Marathi, and with Alith Anar, we should be able to eliminate her. Oh, look at this. Ambush straight up, and the Garrisons come in. Oh, they are so screwed. So, Marathi's only a rank 2 general. We should be able to get her unique item, which is awesome. We probably can grind her out. Oh, I need to stop saying stuff like that, especially with that goddamn clothing she's wearing. We probably can get Tyrion to assault the capital of Quintics, arguably the best capital, one of the best city, arguably the best city in Total War Warhammer 2. So she's got 1 assassin there, 1 unit of Witch Elves, we need to keep an eye on them, 4 units of Dread Spears, 3 units of Dark Shards, 1 unit of Dark Riders, and then she has a Hydra. Oh, she's actually got a fucking Hydra. Okay, well, we've got 2
Execute
eagles,
them.
so there's also that. Let's quickly chuck a quick save and fight this one on the battlefield here today. So I hope you guys are enjoying the sort of fantasy content on the channel, just sort of mix it up. I'm having an absolute blast playing as Alith Anar, my favourite high elf of all. Yeah, I think I like him more than an Aryan and Tyrion, but we brought in Tyrion, so he's going to be a major part of this campaign. So the way we're sort of role-playing it is that the Shadow King is now the one true king, and the High Elves must admit that the Phoenix King over the past couple of centuries has been weak, he's been frail, he's been distant, and especially in this time of total war, there needs to be a new king, the Shadow King, which is ruthless and ungiving against the Druki, and Alith Anar certainly is. I've also got a banners mod running because I personally prefer the blue light and dark compared to the pooey grey. For you guys that are colourblind, you wouldn't be able to tell, probably. But they're usually pretty good about that. In like FPSs, there's pretty good colourblind features in Call of Duty and like Apex and whatnot. Okay, so this is sort of a weird looking map. We've got the surrounding of them, but they've actually deployed right exactly where I don't want them to be, because they're actually in the forest there. So here is Morathi, mother of Malekith, looking very sexy. Witch Elves pushing further back as well. Hopefully that War Hydra's really at the back there. Yeah, it is. So we've managed to catch them here in the forest, but look at this, the twisting and tailing War Hydra itself. We're going to be able to throw it back from whence it came, from the rotting nest. Okay, so we've got my reinforcements coming in there, but they are coming away from... yeah, they're quite some time away. So let's try and break this up. So we have 6 here and then 5 there. So let's try and deploy here. Now the problem is we're going to have really bad missile shot in the forest. It's really going to break it up a lot. Just shooting down in there, because most of it's going to get caught and twangled between the trees. But we might be able to put some damage on them. Are we better off being on this far side, where it's in the clearing, where they might come out and meet us? I'm not entirely sure. So we need to put you here, because there's a bit of a rock actually breaking up the play. So what we want to do... Oh, we can't afford to have the weaker units there, yeah. We want to try and focus on the Hydra and focus on Morathi as best we can. And what I'll do is I'll pop a hologram of Alith Anar on that far side. But we'll really keep you here, focusing on that Hydra right in the thick of it. Okay, so we've got my eagle here. I don't know where I should put you. Try and disrupt their archers. Probably is our best bet. Try and get them in here as quickly as possible. So let's quickly start the battle and pause and make sure everyone gets their orders. So these 3 need to focus on Morathi. You 3 need to focus on Morathi as well. While you guys, bar the eagle, need to focus on the War Hydra. And once we sort of eliminate these 2 major beast components, we'll be fine. So let's send a mist lead, probably... where can we pull it? If we could put it like there, that would be ideal. Like on this far side, that would be awesome. Alright, start the battle and go. Archers, make sure you hit your targets. Let's rip apart Morathi. Now, she is very, very low missile block, so we should be able to wreck her quite easily. Continue to aim for the War Hydra as well. Their cavalry's now coming against me. Yeah, Alith Anar is actually pushing in here now. I shouldn't have done that. Push further back. Okay. Try and go... Actually, pull out, Eagle. You're good here, Eagle. You're good. Pull out. Alright, that War Hydra's now gone, which is perfect. Okay, try and hit these units that are coming up here. Yeah, so he actually has to be quite close at Alith Anar to deploy his shadow. Yeah, I did it. I swear I did it like before. And it was a lot easier. Alright, so let's redeploy this a bit better. So, everything's going a little bit to shit here. So we need to focus on Marathi, because I thought we eliminated her. Still get these guys that are charging that. You need to disrupt archers that are here. And then, of course, we've got our reinforcements coming in. So this needs to be rejigged again. And we've also got a secondary eagle here that can come up and help. So we need to get these reinforcing garrison here as quickly as possible, along with you guys here. Okay, I'm sort of fucking around here with Alith Anar, and we're getting a little bit punished for it. So get everyone here to focus on Marathi now pushing up. And we'll spawn my secondary Alith Anar here. And focus on Marathi. Okay, so they're getting chased, but we should be able to kite them away easily. Let's move the eagle up here. Because we've got really good speed. Get him out of combat if we can. They've got their other champion here. We've managed to kill Marathi. Now focus on the assassin. Now that Hydra's definitely gone and out, down and out for the count, isn't it? So you need to pull further this way. Okay, so you guys continue to hit these others. Side on and bombard into that. Alright, let's send these eagles up here. They're now broken, which is good. We essentially want to try and get you guys getting the ones at the back nearly. We want to try and get the ones that are going to be routing soon. Alright, so continue to hit them, that's fine. Kite this if you can. Alright, they're getting way too close there. Push for this, that's routing. Push for this. Victory! We have victory. It was an easier one. Not really too much they could do about it. Here are Shadow Walkers raining fire and death upon them. We've managed to kill Marathi quite easily. A little bit of a skew up, a little couple of pauses here and there, but you can't get too perfect when you want to go for cinematic shots. Alright, allow them to go for this. And my reinforcements weren't even needed. Man, that just shows you the power of the ambush stance we have. So where are these eagles now going? You need to hit these guys that are like way up here, I reckon. The more we can eliminate, the better. So we deployed 2,084, and she lost the entirety of her 940. To be honest, right, let's try and speed this up. The more we can kill, the better. Alright, try and come down and push for them. Alright, they're now gone. Push for this. Send my eagle in. Man, if we had a moon dragon, I don't know why they had to bloody rebalance this campaign a bit. Get rid of it. Because we've managed to confederate maybe too easily. Alright, cool. Come on, finish him off. Only a couple more remaining there. Yep, decisive victory at that. Good. And we've managed to destroy Marathi. So we should be able to push upon Quintics with impunity. So Alith Anar deployed 761, losing a measly 2 on the battlefield. Wow. And then the Garrison army there, 1,321. Marathi deployed 943 and lost 720. She lost her life along with her assassin. We managed to decimate the Dark Shards and the Hydra. Some of the dreaded spears managed to escape, but 2 managed to get destroyed. Right, let's look at the casualties sustained and casualties inflicted. Alith Anar probably would have got more kills if he wasn't fucking around trying to deploy his hologram on the other side. We really should have done it quite close. You had to run all the way down to the center to deploy. 114 with one of them, 32, 43, 48. That's not too bad. Stock standard default. And then 27 with the Great Eagle there. Now, I'm quite surprised Marathi was so eager to come into the belly of the beast, into the Shadow King's domain and realm. But I think she just had a massive sort of aggressive stance on that other high elf faction that attacked her. And she wants to start up her pleasure cults back on the mainland and potentially cause another civil war. That Alith Anar obviously has some bad feelings of, because he was back around back then with Malekith and her and whatnot, with the destruction of his clan and house, of House Anar. Alright, decisive victory at that, and we smashed a lot of them. How much money are we going to get? 541, not as much as I would have liked, but not too shabby if I do say so myself. Forced labour there, not too much. So let's execute the captives, and she has nowhere to go. Fan-bloody-tastic. Okay, so the ancient city of Quintics. How big's the garrison? 333. We might be able to do something there then. So, I'm trying to think what I should do with this army here, and how far is Tyrion away? He's a little bit further away. You can't rally up just yet, so we'll move you here. Let's move this army into this, because we'll keep a general at Hold Fortress. And we'll push you up to the ancient city of Quintics. We can't move out anymore either. Alright, we've got an unassigned skills here with Alith Anar. We've already gone with deadly shots. So let's go with the speed of Asaurian. Of the Asaurian. And weapon strength is probably not a bad idea. Inspiring characters. Yeah, let's go with a little bit of leadership buffs. I probably could get rid of a couple of these units. I think that's probably fine enough, because we're still hemorrhaging cash money. Okay, well, let's end the turn and continue. I could actually disband a couple of my lords that I don't overly need. However, I imagine we can't actually recruit any of my own, even if I wanted to. This lord was recruit. Oh, do we really need 3, 5? That could save us potentially a little bit of money, but we sort of need to defend the 2 regions. We don't want to be running back and forth with one. How big are the garrisons here? The shrine isn't very well defended. Everywhere else is, though. Relatively, they've got quite large garrisons. Helm has already cost me 253. I might actually just disband you for the time being, and that'll get our money back on track. We'll keep Alistair the White Lion, even though you're not as highly rated, but you're a legendary lord, obviously. And we'll move you here, and we'll keep you here as well. Right, cool. Let's end the turn and continue. Let's burn a couple of turns. We'll make our way to the ancient city of Quintics. We still have to deal with Malekith, Hellebrand, what's his name? Tretch Craventail is also another legendary lord nearby in the north. And there's also Fellheart. I don't know about Fellheart. It's sort of going out of our way to get him. Maybe if we confederate with Teclis a little bit later, we might go for him and Harkon and some of the other vampire counts. Alright, we've got some elves moving through our territory. Need to keep an eye on that. But we really need to eliminate the dark elves off the donut as quickly as possible. Oh, what's this? Ha! A bunch of Norskins have declared war upon me. Okay. Lost Ericsson of Kol. Skeggy Norskin tribes. Let's call our allies then. No one I'm overly concerned about, nor that I want to really fight. Norskin rebels on the asshole end of nowhere. I want to be fighting Marathi and the Cult of Pleasure. Alright, so let's move you up to Quintics then as quickly as possible. Trillion is back. Alright, we'll move you in here now. Tyrion should be able to disembark. Good, because I've got the sword marks, I've got the white lions here. We've got some cavalry as well we can bring in. I want to try and rally up with Tyrion as well. I wanted to bring him up to have him help out in the siege of Quintics, but by the look of it, I don't know if he's going to be overly too much help. Yeah, he might help in the auto-resolve. Because I just want him to level up alongside Alith Anar. Right, we'll move you to the capital then, and we'll try and upgrade where we can.
What do you require?
Okay, you're near the Galleon's grave now. Let's move you further back. My noble, she hopefully can increase our trade at some point. Alright, let's maybe even set a co-war target against them, because they're hanging out here, aren't they? They're further north. Skeggy. Hexalotl. Mazamundi. We can set some co-war targets. So we're currently at war with a couple. Safri's going to be destroyed soon. They don't want peace. They in the north do, but I don't want to get peace with them. Alright, I'm going to dive into diplomacy and try and grab some cash. Okay, cool beans. Cool beans. We managed to do a minor amount of diplomacy. Got an alliance with one random elf faction on the ring, but apart from that, not really too much happened. Alrighty, war. Oh, wow, okay. So, Haxaladal at war with Dark Elves. Clan Pestilence at war with the Lawmasters. I'm going to have to keep the White Lion with a decent amount of units because you never know. A army from the Galleon's Grave could rise up against us. Along with... Oh, hang on there. I thought Safri might have been up and up on the offensive.
Nevertheless,
Do these guys want to negotiate peace? Ha! You're having a laugh. North is where we're going next, boy. Not entirely sure what they're doing. Alright, we're going to have the siege of Quintics soon. Hopefully they don't recruit too much. We're going to have problems with desertion, corruption, and desertion. As you can see already, pushing through that lands. It's because of that chaos corruption. It's fucking real bad. Okay, guys, welcome to the top of the turn. So we've taken some attrition here. Whoa, it's actually a lot than what I sort of expected. I knew it'd be a bit, but not that much. I think it's because we're already getting a -5 casualty replenishment rate. Okay, so how far is Tyrion away? His army's not even going to fucking make it through that. So even those reinforcements might even... it still might be useful. Even if they're a little bit hampered. So, we can't attack within one turn. And we're going to need siege equipment to actually break it down and through.
Fight them.
I'm only going to need a battering ram just to break it down. I'm going to be able to use the majority of my archers to skirmish. And we'll try and push up as best we can. Try and get Tyrion's reinforcement there as well. We'll try and push for it. Let's upgrade you. Okay, how far is this away? I'm pretty sure you can't actually search this. Yeah, this can only be searched by a lord. It's quite well and far out of the way anyway. Okay, guys, welcome to the top of the turn. Okay, my tech's now finished, which is fantastic, and we've actually unlocked some rights. Good. Okay, research-wise, recruit rank for spear and archers. That's quite good. Anything else really that's interesting? That's better than the cartridge one. I think we want to go with that. I think it was only really speed with the other ones. Yeah, let's go with that then. Get some better quality spears early on. Okay, not really much else we can do here with you. Right, how far are you away? Can you actually make it to the city in a normal stance? Because that's what we want. Crikey. Alright, so let's have the siege of Quintics with Alith Anar. Oh, we've actually managed to stop losing our replenishment there. Right, let's chuck a quick save. Let's get stuck in. Alrighty then, so that's a lot better. We've got a unit of battering rams. So we're coming up against Trillion, who has one unit of dread spears, shielded, and the Garrison has 3 units of black corsairs and some dark shards. Alright, so we've got our main army with our shadow walkers, and then Tyrion's actually going to be fighting here today as well. We've got 1 unit of white lions. They're going to be able to push through. Better quality spearmen as well. But the thing is, right, our shadow walkers can quite easily fight them in hand-to-hand combat. So I've got a bit of a plan, a bit of a strategy for this. Basically what we're going to do is try and form up, kite around with our archers, focus on 1 unit at a time, try and pick them off as best as possible. That's how we're going to do it. We've got a bit of an archer spam going on at the moment. We'll try and break the battering ram down, but we've got time on our side. So we've got the Battle of the Ancient City of Quintics. Now, there's a building inside. I can't remember what it's called. It's probably like the ruins or the remnants of Quintics. Or it'll be something like that. There's this really good, unique building there which you can build. It gives you massive buffs. Public Order is one from what I can remember off the top of my head. But I do know for a fact that it is arguably the best settlement in Total War Warhammer. So we've got Alith Anar, our ranged king. I want to have him fighting side by side with Tyrion, the defender of the Shadow King. If we get in techless, that'd be fantastic. Then our faction has a really viable range of archer, range, melee fire, and like physical range, and then we've got magic, of course. But here it is, the ancient city of Quintics, with its magical infused wall. Would you look at this monstrosity? The home of the Pleasure Queen. How demonic does that look? Awesome. Alright, well, let's get stuck into it then. So, we probably want to push from this main side. So let's allow our spearmen to push up where they can with the battering ram. We're going to move my eagle further back because I don't particularly want it to get, well, shot at. So, how far can I actually move you guys up? Oh, just a tad. Not by too much. So, we'll try and go something like this. So what are there's formations? I want to see if there's like, was there any really good loose spacing, but it didn't really look like for most of it. So we'll keep my eagle here. We'll be able to move up Alith Anar, of course. We'll put our body double in as quickly as we can. Alrighty, so let's have a look at the siege. So here are our shadow warriors, of course. Look at this. They look like they've nearly got like warpstone infused swords. That'd be cool. But here he is, Alith Anar, with the fantastic ethereal looking bow. There's even some like mods you can see where it makes him look like with blonde hair and white hair, a little bit more sort of elven than what he does. Here is the battering ram, of course, and then our stock standing archers, the great eagle in the back there, in the midst of the forest and the snowy peaks. Alright. Well, let's quickly start this battle. Let's give out the orders as best we can. So let's now push for you. Let's get everyone here to target one at a time. So their general's further at the back there, that's fine. So, you... So focus on this. Focus for the center then. That's our best bet. Along with the Alith Anar, and let's bring you in as well. Let's try and get our body double here as well. Alright, then we'll wait for our reinforcements to come in. So, actually, what I can do with you is I can move you here and then allow this to be grouped properly. Alright, focus at one unit at a time, please. My reinforcements are now pushing in. So once we focus on this, we'll focus on one at a time. That'll be perfect. Maybe even hit the back unit. Okay, so now my reinforcements are now coming in. So is Tyrion and his eagle. And we could move my archers up to this to help. We just need to reform this army because it's gone all over the place. So infantry, infantry, and then like move you in here somehow. So it's just the one eagle, then Tyrion in this. So we'll move you here. Ready to go in, and we'll move you like here, say. Ideally, we can nearly group you within that as well. Okay, well, like I said, I want to focus on one unit at a time, so get everyone to fire into this. You're nearly better off like angling them on an angle like this. Might be more beneficial. Right, you need to be pushed up to like here, say. So move into a better position, because I want to arc it. Come on. Arc this and then go. Yeah, that's what we sort of want. That's a lot better. Maybe we should try and split it a bit then. Because it's not doing as much damage as I would like. Oh, that needs to be pushed up here. Try and spread it a bit thing, but you get the idea. This is what we want to try and do. Yeah, that's what we want. That's working perfectly there. Yeah, try and knock out her then. 400, we've killed about 200 of them. There we go, finish her off, come on. She's getting goddamn shredded there. Right, the enemy gates have been destroyed. Let's hold back. Let our archers do most of the work. Right, now focus on them. Yep, that's what we want. That's a lot better. 4 you further back. They're okay doing it. But here is Tyrion, heir of an Aryan supposedly, the defender of the Shadow King. He knows a Phoenix King can't win the war against the Druki. Only the Shadow King can. Alright. So now they've lost a lot of their forces. Let's try and spread this out a little bit more against these swordsmen. We can soak up some of the damage against their archers for the time being. And it's also Total War Warhammer, so at the end of the day we've got automatic replenishment. So the more I can sort of skirmish from my back here, the more beneficial it's going to be for me. So I have to charge in with my infantry. They're not doing as well as the what's it called? The is it Sisters of Illyria? What's her name? What's the Ever Queen called? I can't even remember her goddamn name now. She has that unique unit, but I don't have the DLC, so I couldn't even get them if I wanted them. Sisters of... Wouldn't be Athel Lauren. Alariel? I don't know. Alright, see how we go here. Alright, some of my guys are out of ammunition now. So move you full out, back and out of that. Move you further back as well. 500 or so. We should be able to eliminate most of them on the walls before we can even get there. Come on, it needs to be closer like that. It needs to be like this. And then you go. Yeah, that's what we want. Why haven't you been doing that the goddamn whole match? Right, there now. Come on. If you're empty, run back. Yeah, it's probably time to charge now. We've managed to eliminate to 400 or so. So we can charge them in quite easily. So go straight for the town square then. Send the axemen up here. Alright, try and allow the remaining archers to deal with them.
We will obey. Lowest champion. Take cover! Enemy fire!
Okay, my cavalry and whatnot are now pushing. Should be able to easily run down and finish off their lord. Alright, Tyrion's now moving forth.
It will be done. Orders received. We away.
Move you further back now. Alright, send the eagle up.
Alith Anar, chariots.
You're still dealing with them. Where is Tyrion? Send Tyrion up here to help finish them off.
Orders received. Understood. Orders understood.
Oh, they're not actually coming back to defend their town square. They're just sitting up on the walls. So Tyrion, the sword masters of Hoeth, go and finish them up. Okay. Gonna get their white cloaks dirty, boys. I haven't done an offensive siege as the High Elves in so long, so it's that angle there, isn't it? It's this angle there. I was trying to get the arc shot over the top to get the most amount of casualties, but it's this corner here. That's where it's most effective, shooting up and over to the walls. Especially if you've got an archer heavy focused army in Warhammer. So he probably lost a little bit more men than what I would have liked, especially with those towers. But they're not too bad for Shadow Walkers. Right, you need to finish this off. The main walls now coming. I could have sent my swordsman a lot earlier in if I wanted to. That don't matter, it's just a bit of fun. Victory! We have victory. I want to see Tyrion in action. There we go. Carving up Druki left, right and centre. Alith Anar with a smile on his face. Further at the back. Wow, fantastic scenes. As the Shadow King and his followers storm the ancient city of Quintics. The city has fallen. It is ours. Alrighty, let's end it on that then. Close victory, supposedly. That's alright. You live and learn. 429. Look, as long as you don't lose more than half of what the enemy deployed, that's the rule of thumb I use for Total War. 12k. If we lost bang on 600, that probably would be okay. That's just the rule of thumb. Pro, veteran, beginner. As long as you don't lose more than half of what the enemy deployed, it's good. The less, the better, obviously. But on par, it's probably not too bad. That's just how I usually see Total War. Agree or disagree? Let me know in the chat in the comments. Right, so Alith Anar got 66 kills. Our archers did most of the work. 63, 60, 34, 82. Our default archers do quite well as well. They keep up with the Shadow Walkers. Okay, guys, welcome to the campaign map. Close victory. We've managed to take out Marathi here today. So we've gone up in stats now. Okay, so we've got a couple options. Subjugate. Haha. We're not going to subjugate the Hag Queen. We're going to occupy the city of Quintics for myself. Faction destroyed. Oh, excuse me. The Cult of Pleasure. Alright, Alith Anar's now gone back up in stats. The Moon Bow. What else do we want to go through here? Getting better quality archers might be not a bad shout. Yeah, definitely. Let's pump that both into ammunition. And then it goes up by 20%. Holy crap. That's awesome. Alright, Tyrion's now gone up in stats because he was within that siege. Let's go with campaign movement there. And we'll leave it at that as well. So now that we have Quintics, Titan Peaks, the Moon Shard, Iron Spike, and the Tor here. A lot of chaos corruption within there as well. So we can also expand to the south. That opens that up. We've also got to the north as well. At the rate we're currently confederating, I feel like another one is probably not a good idea. High Elf Rebels, okay. Not just shit. Like, I feel like going for the Sword of Cain isn't worth it just yet. Because, like I said, we're confederating so many lands. We haven't got our public order built up high enough just yet. For my own liking. We've actually brought in chaos corruption there, which we need to deal with. Alrighty, let's do a quick save and a hard save. Okay, this is the building I was talking about. The Catacombs of Quintics. The landmark. The catacombs of this impossibly ancient city conceals treasures that are not of this realm. So we get a income generated by 500. 20% growth province-wide. Public order penalty minus 30. Due to the presence of lack of corruption, and we get an income all from building 60%, all in this region. So you get some really, really good stats from this particular building. But on that note, guys, unfortunately it's time to end episode 2 of the Alith Anar, the Nagarythe High Elf Assault campaign here today. Thanks for watching. We've done quite well. We've managed to confederate with Volzanvil, Calador. So hopefully we can continue on our list to confederate where we can. Illyrian should be probably next, or maybe these guys up here, Valian. But as you can see, where is Alith Anar? Yeah, so diplomatic status wise, Safri don't like us too much. by the look of it, and the cultists have nearly been thrown back there. It'd be interesting to see how Tretch Craventail, the Skaven's doing against Malekith, and we need to push south there. So we'll continue our conquest against the Druki. We might have to push south to get the entirety of this region. We might have to push here as well into Hag Hall. Take all of this. And we'll try and confederate a lot more where we can. My main objective for this series was to eliminate and get rid of Marathi. Boom, done. Malekith is probably next on the list along with Helebron. And we want to try and get the Sword of Cain at some point once we're stable and strong enough. Confederating is still next on the list. Hopefully Teclis can confederate with us, and we can get the entirety of the island under our control without pressing a war. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for now for more Alith Anar campaign videos on the channel. I've mentioned before, I plan to do about 5 or so, and then we'll put a pin in the campaign there, depending on feedback, general consensus, and suggestions and support. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series, and if you would like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Highly recommend Twitter. Every single time I post a video, a tweet goes out. It's much more reliable than the YouTube sub box. These days, to get all the notifications for the channel, you have to click the bell, of course, to join the notifications squad. I do enjoy reading those comments. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye.